And just like that, we're back again with another update on Solana. Shout out to the Solana family. Let's get right in today's update, really see what's happening. I'm sure if you hold Solana, at this point, you guys know what's happening. Tomorrow, which again is today, it's past midnight. It's very late here in North America, depending where you are around the world. Today is a historic day for the crypto space because, we already had the timeline in mind for October. If you've been watching the earlier updates, shout out to, the Crypto ZX fam that has been, supporting day in, day out, regardless of market uncertainty or not. You guys have been here and I see who you guys are. Yeah, we've been obviously talking about the timeline for October for the ETFs, and it looks like it's happening because we heard some big news. Obviously, HBAR, Litecoin, and Solana. But obviously, with the Solana ETF, there is an extra layer to it. The staking aspect. So I'm going to share my personal thoughts with you guys. See what's really happening. I'm sure you guys are looking at Solana. It's only up about 1%. It's not doing crazy numbers like HBAR. But we need to look at HBAR and see its comparison in terms of price action to Sol, and Sol has been doing crazy numbers. And in a way, to be quite frank with you, I already think Solana ETF was priced in. And I'm just gonna, be honest with you. I think Sol ETF was kind of already priced in, we're actually seeing that in terms of the price action itself as well because it's going live today. And you're looking at Sol only up about 1%. And of course, if you're making the comparison with HBAR, obviously HBAR's valuation much lower, and that's something a lot of people don't tend to focus on. But your boy Crypto ZX is obviously going to remind you guys that. But Sol has not been doing bad. Again, if you're looking at it on a weekly time frame, it's still up 10%. Sol is looking good. The price of Solana right now, $201.78, almost $202. Up 2.3% on the Bitcoin side of things as well. Valuation $111.4 billion dollars, and the 24-hour trading volume at about $6.1 billion dollars. As always, just a quick disclaimer, anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So take a look at this. The website now live for first US listed ETF with 100% direct exposure to Solana. Bitwise Solana staking ETF launching tomorrow. So let me give you guys a little bit of a rundown as to what's really going to be happening. So remember I said there's an extra layer to this. This in a way is spot ETF because of course, like I said, 100% direct exposure to Solana. But the staking aspect is Bitwise, who holds these Sol tokens, are going to be obviously issuing shares for the amount of Sol that they hold. And then obviously it's more than that. There's like an equation to it, which I'll share with you guys in another update. But pretty much what's going to be happening is B Sol is going to be the share that people are able to buy. And that's where that's ETF aspect, right? So where is the staking aspect coming into play? So the Solana that Bitwise is going to be holding, they're going to be staking it on the Solana network. And obviously, as you guys know, proof of stake consensus, you earn rewards. So they'll be earning rewards in Solana. So again, right now, the net staking reward rate about 7.34% as of today. But again, pretty much what this means is as you guys know, the rewards are calculated daily. So they're going to be gaining these awards in Solana daily. So as more capital flows in, guess what? The more Sol that they're earning, right? Off of these staking, rewards, and they're going to compound that, and it's obviously going to grow higher, which of course drives the price of the ETF higher as well. Of course, ETF and the Solana native token price, they are, positive correlated. So meaning if the price of Sol decides to plummet, guess what's going to happen with the B Sol, ETF, which again is a share, it's going to drop too. Don't expect that to just hover around. It's going to be positively correlated. And that's something obviously you guys want to keep in mind. But again, this is historic because it gives everyone access. People that don't really understand self-custody, that don't really understand crypto in general, can get their hands on crypto. And I think this is the start to something big. There's a lot of other assets I think that haven't really gotten that ETF. And there's a government shutdown still. That's something that a lot of people are not realizing. But yet, these ETFs are going live. But again, history in the making, to be quite frank with you, because before it's only been obviously, you know, Bitcoin, ETH, that's pretty much it. But Canada has been, going crazy. They already have a XRP spot ETF, which is crazy to think about. And I think they have a Solana ETF as well. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, Canada also have a Solana spot ETF. So they're already ahead of the curve, but you can see for yourself, all these, but US is, the big market, of course, that's why we pay attention to US. But yeah, big day, of course, for the broader market. Shout out to my Solana army. Appreciate all the love. You guys know I love Sol, and it's gaining so much exposure, so much interest. It's actually insane to see how far Sol has come. And again, long term perspective, not financial advice, of course. This is my own personal opinion. You guys need to be doing your own due diligence research. That's on you. But I have obviously high hopes on Sol based off of the on-chain numbers. That speaks for itself. The on-chain numbers are something that always excites me every time I look at that. So yeah, that's enough with a rant. Let's take a look at what's happening with Solana's price right now. So as far as the dominance is concerned, 59.72%. Bitcoin, on the other hand, has broken out. Again, not anywhere close to where we were yesterday, but again, so far so good. I like the setup here for BTC. I think Bitcoin, along with the crypto markets, pricing itself in for the FOMC rate cut that's going to happen on Wednesday. So do expect some choppy levels on that day and maybe Thursday as well. But so far so good for Bitcoin. Again, finally seeing some sort of an excitement, within its price. But let's take a look at Sol. How is Sol reacting? So like I said, Sol, the ETF aspect, insiders probably know something that we don't, but again, I think it's already priced in, because reason why I say that is, let's go last month, right? Where was the price? The price of Solana was sitting in the 23.6 Fibonacci retracement level, and you guys know your boy Crypto ZX treats the 23.6 Fibonacci retracement level as all-time high zone. Everyone has different ways of looking at these charts, but the way I am able to, look at these charts, the way it makes more sense to me, 23.6, if the price is within that range, all-time high zone is in play. And you can see for yourself, we were there just last month. So again, right now, if you're not seeing H bar type of moves, we gotta kind of keep in mind that Sol has been going crazy over the course of the last few months. But let's take a closer look at Sol and really understand what's happening. So again, actually, first let's take a look at Solana on the daily time frame. See where the Solana price is currently at. We're having a hard time breaking out of the $2. Why did I say $2? I wish, right? Like I'm sure everyone wishes, that Sol was at $2. But again, that ship has sailed long time ago. And even during the FTX mania, it did not even go down to $2. It was at $8. And shout out to the day ones that have been watching and that have been with me since then. You guys know we have covered on this exact channel when the price was at those levels. But anyhow, if you're looking at the price of Sol right now, we're having a little bit of a hard time around the $206, which we actually retested not too long ago. See for yourself. Sol actually did retest the $206 price point, got rejected at that key range, but I like the setup here. 38.2, of course, can't complain. Dominant still at like 59.7%, and yet the price is getting closer and closer to our $216 key range, which again itself is only a move of about 7.8%. Breaking above there, we're back into the 23.6, and that's where the excitement kicks in. But I like the setup right now for Sol. Obviously, we do have some resistance coming in our way, but what we want to really do is break above the October 14th high. That is something very, very important, because breaking above that key range, takes us back up to where we were prior to this major retracement, the biggest liquidation in the crypto markets. But I really like what Sol is doing. Again, I think it's imminent that we make our way back above this key range, and then off we start going to our all-time highs. But so far so good, not bad. Let me know in the comments what your personal thoughts are. What are your Solana price predictions? And what's your market prediction? That's what I want you guys to let me know. The super cycle. Do you think this is the start of the super cycle? Because that's something I talk about every single day on the XRP side of things. But it seems to me like this cycle is quite interesting, and a lot of crypto OGs are saying that. But again, obviously, no one's going to guarantee that next year is going to be indeed a bull market. So if you've been accumulating Sol early on and your time horizon is around this, again, have your exit strategies in place, because no one is going to promise you that next year is going to be a bull market. Only time's going to tell. But if it does, then we have broken the 4-year cycle, which is going to be very interesting. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, guys. Thanks for all the love. And also let me know if you guys notice difference in audio so far. Like, the feedback has been amazing. I've been reading your guys' comments. But the Solana community, let me know if you guys are noticing a big difference. And also follow me on X, link in the description box below. Thanks for the love. We'll see you later in Crypto ZX, and peace out.